Introduction to Access. Introduction to database. A database helps you to organize the collected data in a tabular format. It allows you to enter, access, and analyze data. It also helps you to retrieve the required information easily. Hence, a database is defined as an organized system to store and maintain data. For example, a list of names of students and the marks obtained by them is organized in the form of a table in a database. The application software that creates and maintains a collection of database is called Database Management System, DBMS. DBMS manages all the functions of a database. MS Access, one of the software of MS Office, is an example of DBMS. Types of database. There are basically two types of database: flat file database and relational database. Flat file database. A flat file database stores data files that mainly contain records of fixed number of fields and without any structured relationship. Microsoft Excel is an example of a flat file database. Relational database. A relational database organizes data into a series of records held in linked tables. Microsoft Access and Oracle are examples of relational database. Structure of database. Let's now get familiar with the terminologies of a database. Tables. Database files logically organized in the forms of rows and columns are called tables. In a relational database terminology, the row of a table is called tuple, record, and the column is called attribute, field. We enter the data in tables. Let's discuss the elements of a table. Fields. The columns of a table are called fields. Fields actually defines the attribute of all the records in a table. For example, name of the student will hold the names and percentage will hold the percentages. Records. The rows of a table are called records. For example, Shahid 130, 200, 65, pass is a record in a table. Data. An individual value of a table is called data. Data must be valid value. For example, Kyra 60 is a data of a table. Queries. The questions that are based on the data given in a database are called queries. They allow you to extract data or information about the fields, records, and summaries of the table of database. Queries perform actions like addition, deletion, and updation on the data. Forms. The input screens designed to simplify the data entry process are called forms. A computer user generally prefers to enter data in a well-designed form rather than a table. Reports. The layouts designed for viewing or printing the data of a database are called reports. By using reports, you can view the records of a table in a well-designed layout as per your requirement. Advantages of a database. It is not possible to store and access huge amount of data required for business and other applications without a database. A database has the following benefits. Saves time. A database locates information with the help of a simple query and prevents searching through the endless piles of paperwork. A user can enter specific keywords in order to find information. For example, when you enter a keyword in Google search engine, the required information is searched from a collection of databases. Saves money. A database needs higher initial investment. However, over the long run, it saves money by improving the efficiency of all employees, providing better services to customers and saving on paper costs. Reduces data redundancy. Redundancy or duplication of data is reduced in a database by arranging the data in a particular order. Supports communication. Large companies can benefit from databases when information needs to be provided to various users through a network. For example, a bank having several branches shares information through data communication and allows you to withdraw money through an automated teller machine, ATM. Provides security. Databases keeps the valuable information secure through passwords and other security mechanisms. Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is a part of a Microsoft Office suite. It is a relational database management system, RDBMS, and provides graphical user interface. Here, data is stored in the form of tables and the relationship between the tables is maintained using common fields. It prevents duplication of data. Features of Microsoft Access. Let's take a look at the features of Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access allows to export data and import it from word processing files, spreadsheets or database files directly. Data is broken down to the smallest usable bit. For example, a person's name would be broken down into 4 separate sections, namely title, first name, middle name and last name. Each record has a unique identifier. This distinguishes a particular record from any other record. It helps in reducing the duplication of a data. This application makes sure that only one copy of the data is available. It also provides data security features. Reports are used to present information in a meaningful format. Queries are used to access the required information from a database. Components of MS Access 2016. Before learning how to perform various tasks in MS Access, let's learn about various components of the application. Title bar. Title bar is present at the top of the window. It displays the name of the database which we are currently working on. Quick Access Toolbar. Quick Access Toolbar is present at the top left corner of the window. It contains frequently used commands like save, undo and redo. However, it can also be customized to add additional commands as per our choice. Ribbon. Ribbon consists of various tabs such as Home, Create, External Data, Database Tools, Fields and Table. When you click on a tab, a set of relevant commands is displayed. Each tab on Ribbon has a group of commands that perform specific tasks. Navigation pane. Navigation pane is located on the left side of the Access window. Access database has 4 main components called database objects: table, forms, queries and reports. Their names can be seen in the navigation pane. When you enter data in Workspace, you will find these options in Access navigation pane. Navigation buttons. Navigation buttons are used to navigate through the records. These buttons basically display the current record number in an object. Workspace. Workspace is the place where you enter data and carry out other database tasks. Object tabs. The currently opened objects appears above the workspace. They appear in the form of a tab. These tabs are called object tabs. You can click on these tabs to display the content of any workspace. Status bar. Status bar is present at the bottom of the Access window. It displays the name of the current view on the left-hand side, and on the right it displays 4 view buttons. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do is used to get help on any of the commands or topics related to Access. Starting Access 2016. Follow these steps to start Access 2016. 1. Click on the Start button. 2. Scroll the list and click on Access 2016. Access window appears. Creating a new database. There are two ways to create a new database. Creating a blank database. Follow these steps to create a blank database. 1. Open Access 2016. Access window appears. 2. Click on the blank database option. 3. The blank database window opens and prompts the user to specify the file name. Enter the name into the file name box. If you wish to change the location of the file, click on the Browse button. 4. Click on the Create button. 5. This will create the database with an empty table as Table 1. The table has an empty row and the cursor is placed on the first empty cell in the Click to Add column. The asterisk sign indicates that it is ready to receive a new record. 6. Access creates the first field ID automatically. It is the primary key of the table. It contains an entry that uniquely identifies the record. The data type of this field is auto number. The sequence number will be added by the access automatically. 7. Enter the data and then press the Tab key. A new column will be added automatically. Creating a database using templates. Templates make database creation process easy and fast. Templates are actually ready-to-use database objects. Follow these steps to create a database using templates. 1. Open Access 2016. Access window appears. 2. Select the template from the display list. You can also look for new templates by clicking on the search bar. 3. The selected templates window opens and prompts the user to enter the file name. Specify the file name in the File Name box. You can also click on the Browse button to change the location of the file. 4. Click on the Create button. 5. A database will be created and the table will be displayed in the Form view. Click on the Layout view present on the right side of the status bar. 6. Select the Add Existing Fields button on the Tools group of the Design tab. A field list task pane appears. 7. Drag and drop the fields from the list of your choice to the table. View of a table. There are two views to work in a table: Design view and Datasheet view. Design view. The design view is divided into the following two parts. Field grid pane. Here we define the field name, data type and description. Field properties pane. Here we set the properties for the field of the table. Data sheet view. Here the table is displayed as a grid. Data can be entered directly into the table's rows and columns. Column indicates field and row indicates record. Switching between views. We can switch between the datasheet view and the design view. Follow these steps to switch between the views. 1. Click on the Home tab. 2. Click on the View option in the Views group to switch between the datasheet and design views. Creating tables. Access 2016 allows you to create tables in the following two ways. 1. Using datasheet view. This view allows you to create a table just like a spreadsheet that you commonly use in MS Excel. Data can be entered directly into the table's rows and columns. Although this is a simpler method, it is not a professional approach of working with tables in a database. 2. Using design view. This view allows you to create a table in a professional way by first defining the structure of the table and then entering the data. This method is used by programmers and professionals. Let's learn to create tables using both the views. Creating a table in a datasheet view. By default, a table is created in datasheet view. When you create a database, the workspace of the database interface window shows a table with default name Table 1 in the datasheet view. The data can be entered in rows and columns of the table without entering headings. Follow these steps to create a table using Datasheet view. 1. Enter the data as shown. To enter next set of data, press the Tab key. In a datasheet, the field names are by default seen as ID, Field 1, Field 2, Field 3, etc., where ID is used for identification number generated automatically as 1, 2, 3, and so on. 2. After entering the data, you should save the table either by pressing the Ctrl+S keys together or selecting the Save option from the File menu. Type the name of the table in the Save As dialog box. 3. Click on the OK button. 4. To change the name of a field, place the cursor anywhere on the column and click on the Name and Caption button in the Properties group of the Fields tab. 5. Type a new name of the field in the Enter Field Properties dialog box. 6. Click on the OK button. Your field with the name will be entered. Creating a table in Design View. Design View allows you to enter names of the fields in the table and specify their data types. A data type specifies the kind of data, numbers, currency, short text, to be added in the field. Follow these steps to create a table using Design View. 1. Select the Table Design option from the Tables group on the Create tab. 2. You will see the Table Design screen with 3 columns: Field Name, Data Type, and Description. Enter the field name, data type, and description in each field of the table. 3. Save the table either by pressing the Ctrl+S keys together or by selecting the Save option from the File menu. Type the name of the table in the Save As dialog box. 4. Click on the OK button. 5. A message box appears on the screen giving you a warning that a primary key is not defined. Click on the No option. Press the Ctrl+W keys together to close the table window. Rules for naming a field. There are some basic rules that we follow while naming a field. The rules for naming a field are as follows. A field name can range from 1 to 64 characters. A field name includes letters, numbers, and special characters. A field name cannot begin with a blank space. Data types. A data type declares the type of data a particular field can be used for. Once the data type for a field is specified, another type of data cannot be entered for that particular field. Let's learn about a few data types. Auto number. The auto number field creates a sequential number on creation of a new record. It is mainly used as a primary key. The value in auto number field cannot be changed. Short text. The short text data type contains values that are in the form of text or a combination of text and numbers that does not require calculations with the maximum length of 255 characters. This field stores values like addresses and phone numbers. Long text. The long text data type contains values that are in the form of text and numbers with the maximum length of 65,536 characters. This data type is used for descriptive fields. Number. The number data type can store numeric values up to 16 bytes of data. The numeric values are used for calculations. Date, time. The date-time data type is used to store date and time data up to 8 bytes. Information like data of birth, date of joining, and data of leaving can be added with this data type. Calculations with respect to date and time can also be performed here. Currency. The currency data type stores values in a monetary format which can be used for financial data. This field can have values up to 8 bytes. Yes, No. The logical data type is used when only one of the two given values is valid. Yes, no, true, false, or male, female. OLE object. The OLE object data type is used to insert spreadsheets, documents, presentations, etc. created in other Windows-based programs. Hyperlink. The hyperlink data type is used to store web addresses. Attachment. The attachment data type is used to attach images, spreadsheets, documents, charts, and other types of supported files to the records as an attachment in the database. Calculated. The calculated data type is used to create fields which calculate the values. Lookup wizard. The lookup wizard creates a field whose values are chosen from the values in another table. Query or a list of values. It displays a list of values you can choose from. Setting data type for a field. The data type for a field can be set in either design view or datasheet view. Setting data type in datasheet view. Follow these steps to set data type in datasheet view. 1. Open the table in the datasheet view. 2. Click on the Click to Add header and select the desired data type from the drop-down menu. 3. Enter the field name for that particular data type. Field properties. Field property is applied to a particular field in a table and it defines the characteristics of that field. A property of a field can be set in the design view as well as in datasheet view. Let's have a look at few field properties. Field property. Description. Field size. Field size property defines the maximum size for the data stored. It is of short text, number and auto number data type. Format. Format property defines the display layout of the field. You can either select from a predefined format or enter a custom format. Input mask. Input mask property mentions the pattern for the data. For example, to display password, you can use input mask as asterisk. Default value. Default value property defines the default value that is entered into a field when a new record is added. A user can either go with the default value or enter a new value. Validation value. Validation rule property is used to add the validation to the field. For example, if a rule is set as less than 0, it means positive cannot be entered into a field. Primary key. Primary key is a key in a relational database that is unique for each record. It is a unique identifier such as a driver license number, telephone number, or vehicle identification number (VIN). Setting a primary key. Follow these steps to set a primary key. 1. Click on the Design tab. 2. Click on the Primary Key button in the Tools group. 3. A field will be set as the primary key indicated by a symbol of small key in yellow color. Editing table in Access. Sometimes you may need to modify the structure of your table. Table can be edited in both Datasheet view and Design view. Adding a field in Datasheet view. Follow these steps to add a field in Datasheet view. 1. Open a table in the Datasheet view. 2. Select the field to the left of which you wish to add a new field. Right-click on the drop-down arrow of the field. 3. Select the Insert Field option from the menu that appears. 4. A new field named Field 1 will be added to the left of the selected field. Adding a field in Design view. Follow these steps to add a field in Design view. 1. Open the table in the Design view. 2. Select the field above which you wish to add a new field. 3. Select the Insert Rows option from the Tools group on the Design tab. 4. A new row will be inserted. Mention the name and data type for the field created. Deleting a field in datasheet view. Follow these steps to delete a field in datasheet view. 1. Open a table in the datasheet view. 2. Select the field to be deleted and right-click on it. 3. Select the Delete Field option from the menu that will appear. 4. A prompt message appears. Click on the Yes button to confirm deletion. Deleting a field in Design View. Follow these steps to delete a field in Design View. 1. Open the table in the Design View. 2. Select the row to be deleted. 3. Click on the Delete Rows button on the Design tab of the Tools group. The selected row will be deleted. Making changes in Datasheet view. Moving a field. Follow these steps to move a field. 1. Open a table in the Datasheet view. 2. Select the field to be moved by clicking on its field header. 3. Drag it to the desired location. As you drag the field, you will see a dark line. This indicates the position where the selected field can be placed. Freezing a field. Freezing a field in Access implies that you make the selected field or column appear on the leftmost side in the table and also make it visible all the time, irrespective of the direction you scroll. Follow these steps to freeze a field. 1. Open a table in the Datasheet view. 2. Select the field by clicking on its field header. 3. Right-click on the selected field and select the Freeze Fields option from the displayed menu. 4. The selected field is moved to the leftmost side of the table. Hiding a field. Follow these steps to hide a field. 1. Open a table in the Datasheet view. 2. Select the field by clicking on its field header. 3. Right-click on the selected field and select the Hide Fields option from the displayed menu. 4. The selected column will be hidden from the table. Unhiding the hidden fields. Follow these steps to unhide a field. 1. Open a table in the Datasheet view. 2. Select any field by clicking on its field header. 3. Right-click on the field and select the Unhide Field option from the displayed menu. 4. An Unhide Columns dialog box appears. It displays all the fields present in the table. The field that is hidden is unchecked. 5. Tick the checkbox and click on the Close button. The hidden field will be displayed. Moving through records. Access provides a navigation toolbar to conveniently move through the records. It appears at the bottom of the datasheet on the left side of the window. A navigation toolbar performs the following tasks. It takes you to the first and last records. It takes you to the previous record. It takes you to the next record. It allows you to enter a specific record to be accessed. It takes you to a blank or a new record. Sorting data. Sorting means to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Records, when entered in a table, are not sorted in any particular order. Follow these steps to sort data. 1. Select the field to be sorted by clicking on its header. 2. Click on the drop-down arrow of the field header. 3. Select any of the given options from the drop-down list. Sort smallest to largest or sort largest to smallest if the data is numeric. However, if the data is alphabetic, select Sort A to Z or Sort Z to A. The data will be sorted as per the selection. Saving a database. Follow these steps to save a database. 1. Click on the File tab. 2. Select the Save option from the menu. 3. A Save As dialog box appears. Specify the name in the Table Name box. 4. Click on the OK button. Closing a database. Follow these steps to close a database after you have completed your work. 1. Click on the File tab. 2. Select the Close option from the display menu. Opening an existing database. Follow these steps to open an existing database. 1. Click on the File tab. 2. Select the Open option from the drop-down menu. 3. Select the database from the recent list and click on it. The selected database will open.